We kicked off the 2025 Utah legislative session. Legislators are meeting to discuss bills introduced to the state legislature. ABC4's chief political correspondent Lindsay Aerts is leading our team coverage for us today, live from Capitol Hill. She's been there all day talking to lawmakers, even the governor. Lindsay, talk about a busy day so far.
It has been a busy day, Sarah, and it's good to be with you. This has been just jam-packed. Schools coming through. It was Charter Day up on the Hill, so we saw a lot of charter school kids here as well. People really taking in the pomp and circumstance here of the first day of the legislature. Now, Cade Gardner has been taking it all in as well. We literally have wall-to-wall coverage. Cade Gardner on the other side of the Capitol from me. Cade, for people who don't come up to the legislature very often, what did you see today, and what should they know?
Yeah, Lindsay, like you were saying, so much activity. We had school kids here. They were giving performances, lots of pomp and circumstance, like you were saying, ceremonies, and some procedural things that had to be done, like taking the oath of office, which both the Senate President and the Speaker of the House did earlier today, after which they gave us a little bit of an idea of some of the bills that we may be seeing this session. Now, the singing of the national anthem, new lawmakers taking the oath of office, and the declaring of a quorum all take place to officially kick off the 2025 legislative session. In House Speaker Mike Schultz's opening remarks, he highlighted the need to higher education to make it more affordable, to make homeownership more attainable, and to grow the mineral mining industry in the state. Now, in Senate President J. Stewart Adams' remarks, he outlined a vision he calls the Utah Dream, in which he said Utah needs to lead the nation in energy production by adopting nuclear, that Utah needs to work with neighboring states to secure water for the future, and that lawmakers need to deliver sound tax cuts so families can make their money stretch a little further. Now, both Schultz and Adams expressed hope for the state's future.
The people of Utah will come first. Their stories, struggles, worries, dreams, and potential will be the foundation of everything we do here.
I believe Utah and the Utah Dream and our republic is the hope of America. Thus, we are the hope of the world.
Okay, so if you're wondering just how busy the next 44 days are going to be, I'll give you some perspective. Last session, more than 550 bills were signed into law. Pretty incredible. Reporting live on Capitol Hill, Cade Gardner. Lindsay, back to you.
Yeah, Cade, so many bills, over 500. It's really just a dizzying amount. We'll see if lawmakers curb that this year. Now, we know that one of those proposals is whether to give an income tax to Utahns. But how much will it be? That's something that the legislature hasn't quite settled on yet. And Governor Cox and I talked about that today. He wants to get rid of the income tax on Social Security. So that would be for those on a fixed income. So will the legislature do that? Well, something President Stewart Adams says, possibly.
We have set aside some money for some type of tax cut. There is a little debate over Social Security and income tax. I think we love them both. I think we want to cut both if we can.
I can tell you it would be very good for them to take this idea and run with it. We're one of only 8 states that taxes Social Security tax, and President Trump now is talking about getting rid of taxing Social Security as well. And so it would be really embarrassing for the state if at the end of the day the federal government does it. Almost all the states do it, and we're one of the few who doesn't.
So how do Utah Democrats feel about a tax cut? Well, Senate Minority Leader Luz Escamilla supports cutting Social Security income tax, but says there are better uses for the money that lawmakers have set aside.
Because we think there's a lot of other things we need to make sure we're funding adequately, especially early childhood education and childcare.
Now, just now, lawmakers gathering back in the chambers here. They'll start to vote on some of those bills that were passed between the last session and now. It's called the interim, right, when they work on different bills. Now, as for the governor, we have a full 10-minute sit-down interview with him. We're going to air this Sunday some of the policies we discussed on Inside Utah Politics. And coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll also have a live interview with one of the legislature's newest members. Her name is Hong Nguyen. We'll find out how she hopes to make an impact packed. Reporting live at the Utah State Capitol, I'm Lindsay Aerts. Sarah, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Lindsay, before we let you go, we do want to take a minute to formally welcome you. For our viewers back at home, Lindsay, this is her first day here on ABC4. She is our brand new chief political correspondent. Lindsay will be covering all things political here for us on ABC4. Something, Lindsay, we know you've got a lot of experience doing.
Yeah, Sarah, I've done this for a handful of years, and every year is a little bit different. I will say that this year is not an election year, right? Sometimes in an election year, we see some of those more controversial bills come forward. Don't worry, there will still be some, but right now it's a little bit slower in terms of those controversial bills. But we're going to keep an eye on everything for you, and I'm so excited to be here to be the one to do it for you.
And we are so excited to have you. Lindsay Aerts, everyone. We'll check in with you later. Thank you very much.